few games in a row, and let's see what's going to happen in this one. Full wraparound, playing into Lich, Bloodseeker level 1, snaking, not in a good spot. Blood grenade already thrown.
Blood grenade, yeah. So Mickey now on the front lines. They go to the Mystic Snake, though, drop down the blood grenade. Boxy's in trouble. Boxy's just dead. Skinner, though, it might be the trade, and will be. Mickey gets credit for that. They've got the glimpse onto 9. They get themselves a second blood grenade again, and there's the kill from Boxy as he's, well, gonna get himself at least that Timbersaw. Liquid still continuing to run, maybe even thinking about going for snaking.
Another glimpse, yeah, they're gonna chase him down. Keep going, Mickey's time dilation level 1. It's actually bigger than it is.
Couldn't get the bounty rune either. Making on the high ground. Frost Blast turning, dying. 3 kills for the side of Liquid before we even hit the minute mark.
Nisha almost has enough money to buy a full bottle. We'll get 1 CS, 2 CS, and get a bottle. Taking this fight, Batrider, like, he's at a really long cooldown. Doesn't provide you with much. Because Flame Break, 22-second cooldown ability. I think he used 1 Flame Break. That was his contribution, a Blood Grenade.
A little bit rough in terms of what they were able to get there from. Let's hit that Blood Grenade once again. We'll see how the lanes start to go. Now that we finally have kind of settled a little bit. But how important are those like early 3 kills? Like you said, the bottle comes out for Nisha pretty quickly. That allows him to kind of do a lot early on in this lane with some confidence. Is that enough there to really get the ball rolling? Is Blood right? Medusa's in trouble. Bottom doesn't actually have a lot of health to work with. Only 252, but 8 wand charge.
This is supposed to be a strong lane, one of the favorite lanes, I would say, in this batch. Lich plus Bloodseeker, but then again, Skeeter starting with Bloodright level 1. Not the best ability to have. I'm sure he took it because they were fighting 5 versus 5. You want to have point in Thirst to have that extra movement speed, have that extra HP in the laning stage, because you're gonna get harassed a lot by these 2 range heroes, and they're gonna hit level 2 much faster. So now 2 points in mana shield on Zai. Always awkward to see since the recent changes to it. You see level 2 hero with like Mystic Snake, and then you have like, seems like the hero's level 3, but it's actually just level 2.
Probably make that mistake one day where I just go, oh, he's already got 3 skills. Today is not that day. He took that level 1 Nether Ward too in that fight, which ended up getting a kill. I believe on to 9. So not like the biggest thing you want level 1 either, right? But getting a kill with it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, Skeeter getting blasted in the lane, needs the CS. He's getting those CS underneath the towers. Snaking does have another Tango available, but every single time he gets close, gets hit by Mystic Snake, Nether Blast, couple of right clicks. Know that this lane, I said it's a really strong lane, but playing into 2 ranged heroes could sometimes be difficult. As soon as you start to get more levels, you start to play aggressive on the side lanes as well. You get the movement speed, so you can dodge those blasts. Right. They don't really have a stun in this lane, so I feel Skeeter should be fine, especially now that he put the 2nd point in Thirst, and with that extra heal as well. 33, but it didn't talk too much about this Enigma. It's gonna be a lane that denied farm from Faceless Void, and also to be able to potentially get a kill, because they just going on Mickey. He used the time walk.
Yeah, they've got the glimpse
sent back,
and they'll be able to get him away, as the Firefly was used while he had Malefice on him too. So he's forced to try and come over and get this healing Lotus, and he'll do just that.
Mid matchup
Lotus is really important. Yeah.
It really is. Those Lotuses. Every single time someone uses the word Lotus, I think about Dota Dragonblood immediately.
Good, fair enough. A little war friendly from the anime. Boxy run down here, but he's going for Snaking, and the Mystic Snake's thrown out. Snaking's still going to survive, and now the turnaround onto Zai. He's got no wand charges, so see how long he's willing to chase. A Mystic Snake in just a second, though.
This mid matchup, It's really good. We've seen teams experimenting with... Because Void Spirit is insanely good hero right now, does so many things, universal hero. I think that's enough to say. Being a universal core hero feels really good to be in this match, except maybe Wind Ranger, at least in competitive Dota. In pub, the hero does have high win rate, Divine and Immortal bracket, but overall doesn't feel good. Overall matchup, I've seen Lone Druids do well against Void Spirits, Timbersaw as well, because you don't have enough damage to kill him. He goes into Vanguard, skips the bottle, gets mana boots, then he has 3 components for Rock Green Core, gets in Kaya Sanj in between that, and he's super tanky. Like, in terms of damage that they have against this Timbersaw, I feel like 9 is gonna roam around freely for the good 15-20 minutes of the game, starting now.
Yeah, so we'll see what they can do to him, because he had an amazing first game up as Timbersaw. So seeing it again, going back to back, looking for a similar performance is certainly in the cards for him. As we're taking a look at the CS overall, and after the fight that went well for Liquid pre-Horn, all of a sudden the CS for everybody on Tundra is looking real nice.
Tundra, a team that does lane so extremely good, always finds a way how to get the farm. 33 looking at his CS, 12 denies on Enigma, no real surprise there. Has mana boots available already. Saxa about to hit level 3. Let's see if he gonna put a point in the Firefly. Yeah, that's the new build, new tech on position 4 Batrider, where you don't spam sticky. You don't want to give them free magic 1 charges, free HP. I feel like these rotations from Nisha are going to be very crucial for Liquid, how they're going to do in the early game.
It's something we were kind of asking for in the first game from him when he was playing the OD, but he never really got to that opportunity. And Snaking backing off after getting this Medusa low once again, and now dealing with no wand charges. Stacks being made by Saxa, which we saw were a big part of the game in number 1 as well. A big part was also getting control of those wisdom runes, and the Snaking, not being on a bounty hunter, can't exactly sneak away and grab the the wisdom rune. It's easy to see.
Yeah, Insania might go for it with Glimpse play, but then again, you can be
a gift from the
like he can use Flame Break on top of him, bounce him away from that XP rune. This Observer Ward that just has been devoted. Let's scout out some of these big stacks that they're making in the triangle.
Do you have someone who can really contest this well? As Insania, who's trying to deward again, is going to lose that sentry.
It's a battle for XP rune. Saxa knows he needs another hero probably.
And now it's a battle to go get the wisdom rune. So that's, well, going to be
black hole right now.
Kinetic field. He's gonna do it. A wisdom rune. It's worth a black hole. Yes.
It's too important.
I love it. I thought you were saying it a little jokingly. Now bottom lane, Nisha comes for Skitter, but they've got that frost shield, so Skitter's not that easy to kill, and they go into the rupture. And the Astral Step that assimilate. He's forced to TP away, so that rotation doesn't do anything there for Nisha.
That's a big one. You make a rotation with Arcane Rune, and you're forced to DP out of the lane. So mid lane is pretty safe. You can see 9 just chilling there as Timbersaw. Not much they can do about him. He shows up. They're like, well, we need to move away from you, otherwise we might die. Right now doesn't have much mana to work with. Yeah, but this first rotation really does hurt. Not getting anything out of it. And also that battle for the XP rune. They still did manage to pick up XP rune on their own side, so at least that's going better for them compared to the first game.
Astral Step. There's another, and Snaking going to be glimpsed and killed. But I will say, using that black hole for the Wisdom Rune has now set precedent. Wisdom Rune is now super high value. Stocks are going up because a black hole was used for just that rune.
Yeah, big stonks on those Wisdom Runes for sure.
So support, especially in the lower my brackets. You need, important. Pick it up. That's what was
in every
there.
single bracket.
Yes.
From Herald to the top. Insania stealing some of the XP here from 9, but might pay with his life.
And now a blood grenade. Nisha He's on the high ground thinking, can I go in on this? And he will walk into it for a moment. He's got one Astral Step. Mickey's here. He's level 6. He's got Chrono. Saksa gets onto this old Roche cliff. And now Mickey with a defensive Chrono. All right. Rupture. Mickey in trouble. Trying to keep ambitious. But with the Decrepify, there was a chance until that Chakram hit him.
That was a bit too ambitious, I would say. Shows up on Faceless Void. First of all, you can't go for Timbersaw. Then this Time Walk in place. And something that Mickey does so well in every single time pretty much when he played Bloodseeker is show up at these early fights. Skeeter does the same thing, does it to Mickey. And look at Mickey's item build. He had a Fusel Blade in his quick buy, now changes to Hand of Midas. Good old recovery Midas.
My favorite kind of Midas. Well, actually, my second favorite kind of Midas. My first favorite kind is Ogre Magi Midas.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Massive Midas. So that's my favorite one.
Yeah. All right. Fine. First is Massive Midas. Second is Ogre Magi Midas. Third is Recovery. Fourth is First Item Ancient Apparition Midas. Skidder.
They're both level 5 on support. They don't have enough damage.
Oh, boy. That Nether Ward is kind of a pain.
Illusion.
Isha. Now popping an Illusion Rune. He doesn't have an Astral Step for 10 seconds, but he does have it Assimilate to get back up out of the high ground.
Radiant's bottom tower
He still wants to go.
He's stealing some of those creeps.
Yeah, he wants to at least steal the farm. Snake King may not be so happy about this, that his core has just put him in harm's way. But I say that, he's walking away, eventually dying to Boxy, but the trade, his life for
Skeeter's
Nisha
gonna clean
and
up.
Boxy
Glimpses
and Insania
available. But can't glimpse
is
both of them.
certainly worth it. Tundra doing it again. Stone Gaze was used. Lasso to control him. I don't care if it's Stone if I keep you here with me. And now another black hole. Wisdom Rune is equivalent to Medusa, as is evident here, as they use the black hole. They get that kill on his eye. And back-to-back games. I mean, Tundra is blowing the doors open.
Pretty much, and they're gonna take this tier 1 tower now. Timbersaw shows up with Vanguard. They have very unkillable hero, like all 3 cores. Even Batrider is relatively hard to kill. And look at what Sox is doing in the triangle. He's stealing their stacks.
Back on the 9 into the Aether Remnant. Some damage with the Astral Step. Main Frost not bouncing. Another Astral Step on 9 to get the kill on a Boxy. He's gonna need some help.
Time dilation.
Run. The Flame Break. Oh, 9 on the run and getting away from the Chrono. Use on 4. Mickey finally gets something, but is it gonna be worth it? The Time Lock. Sucks. Trying to help the rest of his team. No black hole here.
Here comes Skeeter.
No mana left, and now he's in trouble as Snake King drops the Nisha. 33 on the run. The Astral Step again. They get the kill to a third. But Static Storm lays down, and the Bloodseeker running away, surviving a little bit. Saksa with the Firefly trying to get out of harm's way, and he's picked up a double damage. Flame Break hits onto Insania once again. They're going to TP out the Bloodseeker. The Mystic Snake hits onto this Batrider. As Liquid still chasing. Time Dilation. They've got the vision. They'll get the glimpse. They'll get the kill. They'll take it a 4th, and that is Liquid at least holding on for now, but it's still a 4,000 net worth lead for the side of Tundra.
I could see Kezu smiling. He was a big fan of this Faceless Void, putting more points in Time Dilation, wanted it to be played from the off lane, but he has 3 points in Time Dilation, which I really like. We saw the power of it against Timbersaw, where he couldn't use his abilities, get caught inside of the Chronosphere, get sniped. Signs of life from Team Liquid in this second game, but things are not looking as crisp. Imagine when Timbersaw gets his Sanj, which is going to be online, I would say, in another 2 minutes, holding on to a Cold Bracelet. This item is also slightly OP, I would say. The stats that it gives, mana, and also giving extra magic resistance. You can see both Bloodseeker and Timbersaw holding on to it.
Yeah, well, there was a game that I think I was covering in the Chinese region recently, and it was just like 8 occult bracelets. Almost everybody had gotten one. But still 2 tokens needed for Zai and Insania. They've
Zai doesn't get priority. He doesn't have a neutral item equipped yet.
Dire are scanning.
Interesting. Just gonna really want it. They're coming over with the smoke. They don't have chrono. Time walk, though. Time dilation. Skidder moving very slow. There's the kinetic field with the static storm. The life drain onto the Bloodseeker. Now starting to run. But the time walk to keep up with Skidder. It's moving pretty quick, but the 8th Remnant lands. They get the kill again onto this Bloodseeker.
Still on top of the network. They needed a little bit of extra help.
Wisdom rune.
Zai's gonna pick up his own Wisdom rune. We'll get him back on track. This time around, Team Liquid doesn't mind farming compared to their previous game, where they don't need they're on the clock. They don't feel like they're on the clock. Look at the camp stack.
Is under attack.
Tundra this time
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
having slightly less compared to the previous game. It was 18 when we checked last time around.
Snaking, and he's dead. Yeah, I think it was 18. So it was 5, 3, 6, 4.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Dying. Contesting with socks. Oh, Cliff. All right. Well, welcome to the Cliffside Resort. But glimpse on a Soxa, and now the other way. There's the defusal, the TP attempt, the 8th Remnant lands, and the kill on Soxa happens. But while that's going on, it will end up losing Insania. Eidolon's doing a lot of damage.
I'll do that.
Liquid playing much better in this second game. And also, Mickey decided to go for Diffusal Blade instead of going for that Hand of Midas, going into Echo Saber next. This is the build that, when it first was implemented into the game, I thought Faceless Void will pick it up because it kind of fits the profile of the hero.
Radiant's
Having that
middle
extra
tower is under
slow,
attack.
having another chance to bash the target. But yeah, he's going all in. Like, sure, you can now disassemble it, get into BKB. So I think Mickey realizes that in this game, he doesn't need to go for this conventional build. Instead, he can let Zai do that, kind of be the carry from the off lane.
Dire's bottom
And he
tower
can
is under
just start at
attack.
safe lane and build off lane items, pretty much.
We'll go here for the
Dire's
Lich,
bottom
and,
tower has
well,
fallen.
they've got the lasso. That's the control onto the Faceless Void, but he's able to time walk now, throw down the chrono. However, Mickey's taking a lot of damage, and, well, cannot get this kill. Chakram comes across. Mickey will finally fall. The life drain not going to be enough. Ryan gets credit for that. Foxy TP's out, and the trade with the black hole now onto
Dire's
Nisha.
bottom tower is under attack.
Nisha able to assimilate. The black hole's not enough time. The TP attempt, the right
Shield
clicks.
rune.
Oh, shield rune OP.
Whew, that wasn't even close. He still had extra 300 HP coming out from that shield rune. So manages to TP out. But this time, Tundra does get more compared to Team Liquid. No real big kills on Tundra. Didn't lose a core, and now Kaya Sanj done on Timbersaw. As I said, 3 components that can be used for Octarine core. Lower the cooldowns, Arcane Boots, Disassemblable, and Vanguard. Is that even a word, disassemblable?
I'll give it to you. Chakram, Timber Chain, there's the kill. Onto Insania. You would say they can be disassemblable. Sounds right. You know who's getting disassembled? Foxy,
Team Liquid.
as well as this Disruptor. I mean, a Chakram runs through you, you're going to be disassembled in half.
Radiant's
One
bottom
natural
tower
step can't
is
get
under
out of the
attack.
trouble. Getting stunned.
Sinister Gaze. Isha. Throws on the 8th Remnant, but now he's been hit with the Rupture. Where do you go at this point? The Chakram, the kill, Mickey. He's also in trouble. The time walk over to Snaking, but everything is here for Tundra. And that means lasso and a kill, now dominating for Nut.
Look at that
Radiant's
Snaking's
bottom
build.
tower has
All these
fallen.
small items. Magic
Dire's
Wand,
middle tower
Belt,
is under
Fluffy
attack.
Cat, Big Pole. Does give him so much tankiness. And now, also does have a Healing Lotus as well. BKB finished on Bloodseeker. Their entry to the fight is going to be much easier this time around because Timbersaw feels he's super tanky with this Kaya Sanj. Plus Vanguard, and
Dire's
you
top
can have
tower is
Bloodseeker
under
lock onto a
attack.
target. He's
yeah.
not really afraid of these abilities.
Radiant's
There's no
bottom
real
tower
follow-up
is
here.
under attack.
Dead again. Skidder is starting to really pop off. You said in the last game that Mickey might be able to explode, and I think we're seeing that more so, way more so here with the Bloodseeker in this game for Tundra. He is just, they've had a couple good fights, and all of a sudden, he's going Mjolnir, he's got his BKB. He's ready to just continue on. I'm going for that Hex too, so that Hex is going to be massive when you're going up against like Mickey, if you time walks in, and these mobile heroes that have like time walk that assimilate the Astro Step. You just get a Hex off and really make sure that they can't get away. See?
Snaking was not close enough for that Sinister Gaze. But yeah, both Voids are gonna suffer if 9 commits to his item build. I do like the Hex here a lot, because they've been TPing out. The Cripify TP out if you don't have enough control, if there's no Lasso, Black Hole, or Sinister Gaze. Others don't provide you with enough lockdown. 33 has been kind of silent, playing in this bottom lane. Farming up, has Philosopher's Stone as well available.
Bad Philly Stone.
Not as bad as it was before. Nerfed 733. 5 less gold.
That's just...
Really dislike that change, gotta be honest.
It should have been plus 5 gold, truthfully.
Oh, yeah.
If not plus 20 to make it an even 100.
It got buffed. I think we started with 60, 70, 80. Now, had to nerf it a bit.
Hopefully they buff it again. So I go for this butterfly. Got a lot of golds. Especially compared to both Nisha and Mickey. He is top of the net worth for his team. Which is a little bit concerning if you're Liquid. The way these last couple fights have gone. Little courier delivery there, but great.
Ooh, that's a big one. Skeeter about to finish off his Heaven's Halberd.
Sanya now eating in Skitter. And they've got the Chrono, but with the BKB, look at the right click damage doing nothing. He's on the quad shield on him. So Timber Chain, Static Storm committed on this, but Skitter keeps running forward. Boxy getting in boost for the moment. Now the Timber Chain with the Whirling Death to get the kill to Boxy and Insania, taking out both supports on the side of Liquid. And while that's going on, Saksa is able to snipe and steal away that Wisdom Rune. So again, controlling the Wisdom Runes is going to be very important. And allowing Tundra to have this level lead where they're able to stay aggressive.
Saksa will in TP bottom pick up their own Wisdom Rune. Oh, so these fights are getting much tougher. You see Bloodseeker being super tanky with this Sanj.
Radiant's top
Now
tower
they've got the
is under
lasso
attack.
on Anisha, Astro Step, Double Step, and a TP away. And this is in a Roche for Tundra.
Dire's bottom
So
tower is under attack.
we're going to try and get this first
Radiant's
Aegis under their
top
belt.
tower is under attack.
I don't
Not
know
the
how
fastest
quickly
Roche.
Liquid can come over.
Seems like Liquid, they know something's happening.
They have no Chrono.
Gonna pop the drum. They have no drum charges left. 21 minutes into the game, 33 every single time he joins a fight.
Roshan has
Pops one of
fallen
those.
to the
But
Raven.
still will be able to take it. And the big item, this Sanj, it's going to be upgraded into Heaven's Halberd. So mischance against both cores on Liquid, plus having Disarm is gonna be massive.
Mickey? Down Skitter. And the Rupture is used, maybe just
Out of
trying to
mana
get Aegis out of his
completely.
hands. He's still time walking, gaining some health, but still chasing and glimpsing and catching Skitter and taking out the Aegis. Here comes the rest of the team. The live train again, Mickey back to full. Chrono still down for another 60 seconds. They'll use the Stone Gaze. The BKB comes out from the Bloodseeker. That Aegis was used very quickly. Here comes the Timbersaw onto it as they'll get the Sinister Gaze. It's on his eye who will pop that Manta. Sox ends up dead. Time walk forward. The longer this fight takes, the better it's going to be for Liquid, especially going into the Chrono eventually. When it gets off cooldown in 40, it might allow them to get a break after this one. Like Wicked Black Hole on to stop up. They get the Chrono Skitter. They'll take a 33. They end up losing Mickey and a 9. The Chocolate once again, the Timber Chain across. Nisha taking a lot of damage. He's got 7 seconds still. He's got that Astro Step. 2 into it. He's got that Assimilate. And 9's very tanky, but doesn't have any health at the moment. Snaking backing away.
He's
Blink.
going in aggressively.
Nisha with his own Manta. Life Drain from Boxy. Snaking on the high ground. And now throwing a Frost Blast. He's got the Astro the Remnant. They finally kill off Boxy, but they end up losing Snaking. So a monster kill streak for 9, but a little bit of a recovery here for Liquid as they take this fight and gain quite a bit of gold.
Using this opportunity, going through the Twin Gates, finding a kill on Bloodseeker. This build
My
from Mickey
path
actually working out
riches.
really well. Diffusal
Radiant's
Blade,
top
Time
tower is
Dilation,
under attack.
plus Echo Saber. It's a lot of slow. And they're on low cooldowns relatively. Echo Saber on 6 seconds, 15 seconds on Diffusal Blade. So getting back, I would say, even into the game.
Radiant's middle tower is
This
under
type of a
attack.
play.
Because now they've got Chrono available, right? Like, they could take another fight right after that one. Lich getting that shard, which is always pretty stellar in these fights when you want to drop down a Chain Frost and get it to bounce more than
Radiant's
once.
middle tower
Gotta
is
be
under
big.
attack.
In the previous fight, they didn't have any bounces. It was used on Medusa. Didn't bounce to a single target, but yeah, it'll be much easier in the upcoming fight. Big item also on 9. We talked about this Hex. Does have enough gold to buy it. 200 short.
We'll get there. And then that Hex, we'll see how that works out for him, because I think that's going to be an important item, especially with, like I said, these mobile heroes that just, you know, like Nisha dissimulating and stepping
Radiant's
and
middle tower is
being
under attack.
Tundra best he can. Black hole placement was nice, but they ended up being able to stop the black hole
Remnant.
duration with the Aether Remnant.
Radiant's
Yeah.
middle tower has been
It was in a
denied.
good spot. The only, like,
I'll take that.
I like that he picked up Blink Dagger to have a little bit more like positioning in the team fights. Sure, you're playing into Stone Gaze, into Chronosphere, but if you manage to land, like if they use one of these abilities, I think 33 is going to be able to keep the distance and still land a really good black hole. And also an interesting one, building Lads. For a second, my mind was like, oh, he's going into Wraith back, but that item does not exist anymore in Dota.
Dire are scanning.
Pour one out for Wraith back. Smoke used, and we'll end up dewarding. However, Boxy dusted, lassoed, and, well, that means it at least caught the Pugna. You get the kill on a Boxy. That's Skitter getting more gold into his wallet.
Radiant's middle tower
Big
is
item.
under attack.
On Mickey, about to be finished. Nullifier, we've seen the power of it. If you listen to me talk about this item, you probably think it's the best item in the game, which I do agree with. You are playing into Lich, Frost Shield. You want to remove that Bloodseeker later when he gets Aghanim Shard. Takes a lot of damage from him. A lot of attack speed is also removed, which also means damage.
You were just like, you may think that I call this the best item in the game. I do.
I did, yeah. It's so good. Like, all of these small items can be dispelled. Solar Crest, Crimson. Crimson is not a small item. Pavis, you name it. Just remove it completely. One is being delivered, one is being built on Nisha. Needs to finish off his Lincoln Sphere to protect against this X initiation, against Rupture as well.
You know, we talk about Zai playing sacrificial offlaning, but he's the carry, right?
Pretty much.
He's got the Scotty, he's got the Butterfly. Only a 4K lead. I don't know if that's enough here for the side of Tundra. As Liquid are looking. They
Dire's top tower is under attack.
right down. They should be able to make a jump if they want to. Near the tier 2 tower, that is a bit of a risk.
The Zai's playing carry pretty much, as you said. We haven't really seen the power of this Pugna replenishing mana on Medusa. The Zai was mostly farming, wasn't in those fights. Saksa, he's smoked, looking for an opening.
Radiant's middle
Might
tower
find
is
Mickey
under
here.
attack.
That would gonna be a big one.
Throw the blink in, they'll go for the lasso, they'll try to get the kill, and Mickey will take him out of the fight immediately with the time walk away. They drop down the ice fire, they get the right kick to close the Stone coming in from the Medusa. Now Bloodseeker started up and in trouble. Fire, Chrono, DKB, Shaper, start the best around, he's gonna do enough damage to get the black hole. On, here's the piece of point, they get the kill to Mickey. Just got to talk about Skitter, they get the kill to the Bloodseeker, they will go to staking. That's gonna be a second jab on the side of Thunders, they'll die back on the way. Now, 9 going in, looking for Boxy, but hits into the Glimmer Cape, so there's no vision to catch this Tundra. Flame Break lands on the Zai, still working with a lot of mana. Do they want to re-engage on the side of Tundra? They no longer have the black hole. The Epic on the 33. They land the Aether Remnant. They get a code of 33 while losing Boxy. Sinister Gaze, Ice Fire down again. Insane is the attention here as they'll get the Code of the Disruptor, but they'll lose Snaking again.
They're still not done. Now you have two cores fighting against other two cores, which seem pretty unkillable. I do consider like Batrider even a core in this situation, but Zai way too tanky to be dealt with. Still, and 9 try to get something going. 21 charges, great healing Lotus as well. You see power of Scotty against Timbersaw doesn't feel as comfortable coming into the fight. Also, we're probably gonna see that fight again. Seems like Tundra, they were not on the same page because he got a really good initiation with that lasso. There was no follow-up. Lich was not close. Timbersaw had Hex available, didn't cast it. So did allow Faceless Void to get the Chronosphere off.
And that Chrono, even with the BKB, it's tough for the Bloodseeker to survive there. And I just don't think these spells are getting off that well for Tundra. And like you said, they just don't look like they're coordinated enough.
Chain Frost also goes on Medusa, which takes some of her mana. Not the best target to go for. I mean, you can't really control it. Maybe with Ice Fire you can a bit. Completely different game for Team Liquid in this second one. Also, I see Zai going for
Radiant's bottom
Silver Edge
tower
as
has
his next item. This is going to be really good against both Timbersaw and Bloodseeker. Now, you might be able to catch Timbersaw off guard. If you get a good jump with Void Spirit or Faceless Void, you can burst
Radiant's
him.
bottom tower is under attack.
Well, something, this is an even game in net worth, and I kind of feel like Tundra they've lost all momentum, and it's going to be very reliant on them dropping down big ults
Radiant's middle
get this
tower is
done.
under
And
attack.
Lasso, a big black hole, like barring that, I think Liquid have complete control of the game.
They're comfortable
Radiant's
farming
middle
it up.
tower has fallen.
Sometime, like most of the time, you will see
Radiant's
Tundra
bottom tower
being
is under
very
attack.
happy to get the farm going. That's going to be another one.
Dire's top tower
No
is
Glimmer
under
Cape, no
attack.
Force Staffs. All these support items say bye-bye. Nullifier is available. There's going to be another Nullifier on Nisha in the next minute or so.
And the Glimmer Cape on Oxy, I mean, how many times has he just snuck away with no
He
vision?
needs some kind of a help. Might need the BKB here.
Dire's top
That's exactly
tower
what he
is
does.
under
He goes
attack.
into the BKB to make sure he doesn't get glimpsed, but Nisha following it up. They go to the Astro Step, they go to the Aether, and then right off with the black hole. And now, Static Storm, but still the chain pull does run the WEU to Sergei. They're working to get the Chrono Nisha, they'll at least find him.
Now that this one,
Bloodseeker needs to run as 9 goes to the back line to get the kill there on Insania. They've used the Rupture, they've got the Hex, it's on his side, they'll throw down the Flood right, they've got Boxy for some help. The Nether Ward down, the Life Drain not gonna do anything as now the Stone Gaze comes out. Life Drain back up in just a second, but he's trying to get away with the Ogre Seal coming. The damage on the 33, they've got the Hex coming out from 9, but he turned to Stone. 33 trying to run, ends up dead. Time Walk, Time Diversion, Nullifier hitting on a 9, they've got the Sinister Gaze, but the Chronos landed on a 2. The right clicks in onto Snaking, they'll at least get that. They've had trouble killing 9. Will they have trouble this time? Lasso onto Mickey, but where's the damage? They've got the Hex, the follow-up is there. The life stream's gonna be onto this Medusa instead. Mickey running away or in a grave, and so will Boxy because he's right there with him. 9 getting those kills, getting the double inside, and it is slow and painful, like you said. A triple kill for 9. He can count it all the way up.
Man, 9 did some heavy work in this one, but also Black Hole from 33 kept them alive long enough so Bloodseeker survives, gets another round of spells, gets another Heaven's Halberd on Medusa. And looking at the items that Tundra is going for, I see multiple Heaven's Halberds being built onto team. Scotty plus Astral Step slow is way too much. You see him not being able to run away. Frost Shield comes into like the last second, and they do manage to get the kill on Void Spirit. He heals up slightly because of that Scotty using the healing. And 9 does exactly what he needs to do. He cuts into backlines, finds these supports, might need to be holding on to Gem to find Pagana as well, because with Glimmer Cape, with Force Staff, and now Skeeter is going to pick up that Roshan while we're watching the replay. And after, like Zai did also some heavy lifting in the previous fight.
And the X, Sinister Gaze, the control on Anisha for 80 seconds.
That's a big one. Now holding on to Cheese. Having Aegis on Skeeter. Timbersaw getting closer to level 25. Your favorite talent in the game that was tied to his Aghanim Scepter before. Second chakra. Let's see if he eats the cheese. Just for the sake of like, oh, it's very delicious. Needs some extra mana.
And he's sitting here on the high ground, but he doesn't have Chrono. For 25 seconds, the time walk in, the boom smack, chain away, but going to pull him into this stone gaze with the cheese being eaten now. 9 still surviving. Ice Spire down. There's the blink as well as the black hole. Some damage done.
Very low.
Got the life drain from a distance. 9 still surviving. They don't get the kill in a mid-game. You gotta be careful. He's got Chrono soon. They go to the lasso. They get the kill here on to 9. They'll take out 33. They hit the remnant lands on Snake King. We're going back and forth. As well, Skitter's already back in the base.
And then win this fight. Again, Nisha with the buyback.
Get him.
As we've seen in the first game, every single time Nisha uses buyback, Team Liquid does win a fight. Black Hole doesn't connect on Medusa. I'm also not sure if Cheese, like, because I've read it on Reddit, didn't test it out, that Scotty for some reason doesn't work on Cheese. Probably a bug, not probably, most likely a bug. So I think he got the full value back from the Cheese, didn't get it reduced, still dies in the end. And now Liquid, they're on your high ground, 50 seconds without Timber. That's your big, that's your big hero.
Middle tower is under attack.
Looks like it'll be at least the tier 3, probably the center acts, but how much more afterwards?
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
They go for more.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
3 seconds without the Timber. Afterwards, though, you still have 2.5 minutes with the Aegis, right? So do you feel comfortable to fight from Tundra? Now you're down 3,000 net worth. Like, the game is slipping.
Definitely feels like it. You are playing into Medusa, Void Spirit late game. Add Faceless Void to it. Just to be able to set things up for Medusa. You don't have the counter to Chronosphere. Like, you need to be the one initiating, creating a chaos, and then landing a black hole. We haven't really seen like multiple man black hole. I think most heroes that have been caught inside black hole 2 max, I would say.
Forgets that Aghanim Shard Sticky Napalm upgrade. Yeah, I think it's only been about 2 heroes in the black hole. At times, been pretty big, but you need to get the right heroes. You need to make sure that team fight, the Liquid is shut down, but they haven't been able to do that. The black hole that they used in the last engagement too, like these lassos, these black holes, the damage follow-up just isn't there to kill them off before they're able to time walk or astral step, assimilate. Like, been lacking.
Tundra needs to heavily commit.
Scanning.
A lot of these heroes are very slippery. Glimmer Cape, you have a Force Staff, Decrypify, Life Drain. If he gets Time Walk off or like Astral Step, as you said, you could win a fight off of it. Still not level 25.
Whoa. They are gonna find themselves a Bloodseeker. Linked up to that. Now the Chrono, while he's respawning, right click, Stone Gaze, trying to get away, Nullifier, all the attention is there onto the Bloodseeker. They get the kill. He's gonna be there for 90 seconds. He does not have buyback. Tundra, this is happening right next to their base. Nether Blast and a Life Drain onto the Batrider. Saksa's gonna die to Nisha. Neither of those heroes have buyback.
Skeeter, this is the second time dying instantly with Aegis pretty much, not being able to deal any kind of damage. Doesn't have buyback, no buyback on Batrider, so that's a full minute. And Liquid, they gotta check if they have buyback available.
Middle tower is under attack.
They're trying to hold with the Glyph. 50 seconds still remain without your Bloodseeker, though. No Chrono, no Stone Gaze, so those are down.
Aghanim Scepter on Insania. No Static Storm available for 25, but Aghanim Scepter is flying out, and he's still staying smoke behind, so that's a big turnaround play against Enigma. Apple steps in
And Sneaking, able to get invis for the moment, but they go to the black hole. It's going to be on the backlines on it too, but can they get the damage out of these heroes with the chakram? They get a kill there onto 9. They'll take out the Timber. It's a
15
full
gold
team
for
wipe.
buyback,
All
but they're gonna
GG
call it.
instead. The Liquid will even up the series at one
Radiant's
apiece
Ancient is
with
under
a
attack.
solid comeback in this second game.
Dyer's top
Team
tower is
This
under
time around, Team
Victory.
Liquid, not too afraid